Hey, Highland County Real Estate, Randy Butler here. Once again, we're at in the back office at Classic Real Estate, and I have a very special guest here today. She's been a business owner here, excuse me, in Hillsboro for a long, long time. Miss Linda Gully. How are you, sir?
Good.
Sorry.
I'm good. And I'm not sir.
You're not a sir. I don't know what I was
you
thinking.
can call me ma'am.
My bad. My bad. You have been a hairdresser here in this town for a very, very long time.
You ought to know.
I ought to know. That's right. You was telling me a little bit before you started in 1964. It's a pretty good story. How did you end up being a hairdresser?
Accident. It was accidental. Yeah, it really was. And there was 4 of us out of my class that went to school together, and we took turns driving to Washington Courthouse. There was a branch of Ohio State there at that time. Mm-hmm. And anyway, I worked here and there for a couple years and got married, had 2 kids, bought a farm. And I decided, well, better go back to work now.
Sure.
So I found out or heard that Laverne Kerr, who had worked for her, had just gotten married to Lionel Rhodes. And I thought, well, maybe she'd be ready to give up the business and just retire. Uh-huh. And so I called her, asked her if she was considering selling. Make a long story short, 3 weeks later, I was the owner.
You was the owner in 3 weeks' time.
Yeah. And so that went along that was in 1975. And I expanded that shop. And by 2000, we were squeezed because I had 6 operators, I believe it was, in there. Mm-hmm. And our parking was really not great for that big business. And so in 2005, we decided we had to do something. We had to expand. So we moved up to Details Salon and Day Spa, 125 Southwest Street, by the way.
Yeah.
393-1821. Yeah. And we've been there 14 years now. And we now have, I believe it is 10 hairdressers and 1 massage therapist.
Oh, wow.
And we got another hairdresser coming.
How many people come in and out there? Do you have, like in a day's time? How many people do you see there? Because I go there too. I get my hair cut there.
Yeah,
well,
I know.
So.
Boy, I would say on an average day 60. And I've seen way more than that.
That is a lot. So if you, and you told me you bought the business in 75, but you've been cutting hair longer than that, right?
Yeah.
You told me 60 something?
54 years.
54 years.
I started in February of 1965. Yeah.
So if you've got a haircut here in Hillsboro since the last 54 years, you probably had something to do with it.
Yeah.
At some point in time.
Yeah. I run into people all the time, they look familiar. And I think, now, did I used to cut their hair, or was it one of the other operators?
Sure. Now, Laverne, if you said you bought her place in 75, you thought she was ready to retire. You were wrong about that, too. But didn't she worked
she
a
stuck
long
around
time
with
after
me.
that.
She stuck around with me another 5 years.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
And she just passed away here 2 or 3 years ago or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So if you, and Details Salon is South High Street. Is
125
South High Street, right here in town. Part of what we do, what I try to do is to feature local businesses, and you have been here for a very, very long time, and we appreciate what you've done. I know you tell me some of the stories. I've been there. There's tons and tons of stories you've had over the years. I am sure a lot of them which you can't tell, but some of them are really interesting stories. So I know we appreciate. Now you move up here. And how many people work there now?
At Details?
Yeah, at Details.
I think it's 10 hairdressers and 1 massage therapist, but we have another hairdresser coming in a few months.
Oh, wow. Good. Mm-hmm. It's just amazing if 60 people come in and out of your place every day, roughly, an average.
Yeah.
That's a lot of haircuts.
Oh, there's days that's more than that.
Yeah, I know with me, I'm in and out in 10 minutes, but I know my wife goes to, it's like a couple hours. I'm not sure what all happens, but I know it's a couple hours long. So.
But I do want to say that one thing about this whole journey of mine is we have a group in there that I am so proud of. They are wonderful. We're like one big family, and I love each and every one of them very much.
I'm sure you do. Well, you know, part of what makes Hillsboro and the area and even the county so great is the businesses we have. And a lot of them, there's still a lot of local owners that still own businesses here. And I know I, for one, appreciate you and all you've done.
I haven't done that.
Well, you spend a lot of time. You know, it's a business, but it's also a service you give to the
Yes,
community. 'Cause it's something everyone
Well,
needs. So.
we've all most of us made a living at it, but
Sure. Well, Miss Linda Gully, thank you very, very much for all you've done. Thank you for talking to me.
you're very welcome, Randy.